All right, good morning, collective. This is Shayla Faith from Shayla's Faith Tarot. Uh, Welcome to everyone who has subscribed. And if you haven't already, please hit that subscribe button, like, and share. It greatly helps the channel, and I greatly appreciate it. Sorry, my brain is moving faster than my mouth right now. I'm 2 cups deep in some coffee, and I also had a cookie, so sugar. Anyways, we're gonna see what the message is for the collective today. I think I'm gonna use this deck. I haven't used it in a while. Let's see. Any messages, Spirit, for the collective. 13 subscribers. Woohoo! I'm probably gonna wait to post this until later. Right now it's like 8 o'clock in the morning. I've got some things I gotta do that require me to use my phone, and unfortunately it moves at a snail's pace whenever I'm uploading. So all right, Spirit, any messages? What do we have for the collective today? What's really important that needs to be heard today? Okay, 2 cards. Okay, we've got stars. You can manifest your every wish. And then we also have villain. You can always rewrite the story. Okay, so right now what I'm getting from this is this kind of ties into the last reading that I did. You can do whatever you set your mind to. Anything that you desire, you can have it. And whenever you reach for your dreams, people are going to fall away, and they're going to try to shame and guilt you for doing what's best for you. And that's why I feel like we got the villain card right here. You may feel like they've won, but in reality, they haven't. Let's get another card right here. Let's see, out of the same deck. Just come on out. Don't tease me, Spirit. Just come on out. Some of them look like they want to flip out and they don't. Oh. Okay. Another thing, too, that I'm getting from the villain card is that someone's probably shaming and guilting you for doing what's best for you, and they're trying to make you seem like you're a really bad person. And you know who you are. When it comes down to it, at the end of the day, the only opinions that matter are the ones that we have about ourselves. You exist in 3 ways: the way that other people see you, the way that you think other people see you, and the way that you see yourself. There's only one of those that actually matters, and it's the last one. Of course, we don't want to get in our egos and think we're the shit whenever we've done a lot of horrible things. And when I say horrible things, I mean like intentionally trying to harm somebody. If your growth is upsetting people, you are not intentionally trying to harm them. You have got to allow people to sit in their discomfort. You are not responsible for anyone's emotions other than your own. You are not responsible for how other people show up. You are responsible for how you show up. And that's just point blank, period. In a lot of toxic family systems, we tend to take on other people's uncomfortable emotions and their shame and their guilt, and process it as our own, especially whenever we're young and under the age of 7, because we haven't quite developed an identity yet. But with that being said, no matter how old you are, no matter if you're, 24 or 42, you are, and that's crazy. This last card is card number 24. Potion. Remember to practice self-love. But anyways, you get to choose who you want to be. And if you've done bad things in the past, the best way to change who you are is to forgive yourself, not be so mean to yourself about it, and just learn from the experience, and then take actions in a direction that is going to reflect who you want to be. they're playing out there. So I apologize. I don't want to yell at them because they're having fun. So harassing each other. But anyways, the third and fourth card that you got is think first before you judge. This can pertain to someone else or yourself. It's a call to not judge yourself and others too harshly. The best way to release resentment or hurt from another person is to have compassion and understanding for yourself and these people. Now, keep in mind, unconditional love is not the same as unconditional tolerance for behavior. If someone is mistreating you, get the fuck away from them. But there's a story that just came to mind. There were 2 prisoners of war that escaped or got released or whatever. And then several years down the line, they meet up again. And one of them says, aren't you mad that they did what they did to us? Don't you wish ill upon these people for, torturing us and starving us and blah, 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 blah. And the other man goes, if you have not forgiven them, then you're still a prisoner. So pay attention to where you're putting your attention, because even if you separate yourself physically from somebody and you still think about them and you still have resentment and unprocessed emotions towards that person, then you are still under their grasp. And there's a time where, in order for us to move forward, we need to release those emotions, process them, and confirmation burp, and set that version of them free in your mind. Because another thing too is you're putting energy towards that version of them, and if you want them to change, you need to release that. Now, I'm not going to say that it's going to happen instantly and then all of a sudden they're just going to be a really good person. It depends on the person. If they want to change, they're going to change, but it actually doesn't help them if you hold that version of them in your mind. With that being said, where you need to put your energy is into yourself. And then you can either inspire that other individual to heal or not. It's literally up to them. We all have free will. And you don't have control over anybody other than yourself. And then the other card you got was this one right here, Potion. Remember to practice self-love. Either you've been falling behind on it or you've never really done it. But right now is the time for you to do what you need to do to help better yourself and make yourself happy and joyful. It does not matter what anybody else thinks. It is not their business. And usually when people want to try to make it their business, it's because they've been benefiting from you. And if you leave, they can no longer benefit from you. Whatever way that looks like, whether it's financially, emotionally, or anything like that, we're all, when it's all said and done, we're all adults and we're all responsible for ourselves. So this deck wants to come out, wants to talk to me. Let's get some more messages. I've got to delete some things off my phone, so I've only got another 20 minutes to record before it decides that I'm done. So I'm going to try not to make this one too long. And if it's under 20 minutes, it usually uploads a lot quicker. So, and that's, speaking of what I just said, the best way to speed things up in your life is to slow down. So don't get ahead of yourself. Take things one step at a time. Baby steps are still steps. If you take a step every day for a year, that's 365 steps that you took. And that's a bunch of steps. So just do one thing, and you are the only person who knows what you need to do. Say if you want to get fit, mentally, physically, or emotionally, you are the one who knows what you need to do. Trust your intuition. And I know that's hard to do whenever we've been taught to ignore our own emotions and things like that. But get to know yourself more. That's where that practicing self-love comes in. You need to get to know you outside of everybody else. You need to get to know who you are. Trust the Ningling. There's a shift that you need to make. that is going to be for your betterment. You know what it is. So quiet down, slow down, take a breath, go out in nature, because nature gives. It does not take. If you put your feet in the earth, you are receiving, okay? Take deep breaths. Really feel into your body, and your intuition will become more clear. Right? We got this card last time. We got this one in the last reading. You're in the middle of transforming. You need to be patient and kind to yourself while you're in this process. Do not put yourself under pressure to perform. You are not a circus clown. You do not have to perform for other people. It's okay to take off the mask that you've put on in order to survive, because once you do that, you'll start thriving. What other messages want to come out? Awakening, which is pretty much the same thing. You're integrating right now. You're not who you used to be, and you're not who you are about to be. You are in between. You are transforming. It's kind of like whenever a caterpillar turns into a butterfly. You know, they cocoon themselves and then they liquefy. They literally break down into a liquid and then become something new. Okay? And what's crazy is, I'm pretty sure, don't quote me on this, but a butterfly remembers what it used to be like to be a caterpillar. And maybe you're here to tell the world and to share your story and uplift people so that they know that they can also change too. Maybe you're meant to write a song or write a book or something. Maybe you're supposed to have a podcast, be an inspirational speaker, so that you can help other people who want, so that's a key word, who want to change. Oh my goodness. Okay. Bottom of the deck, we have the ever unfolding rose. Life is happening for you, not to you. So what I'm getting here is you need to allow yourself to feel these uncomfortable feelings so that they can be processed and integrated and transformed into something more beautiful. And then what fell out was unbound. Okay, we're in the middle of releasing patterns that do not serve us anymore. Patterns that keep us in fear. And one second. They're getting a little feisty. I had to tell them to calm it down a little bit. But yes, releasing soul patterns, contracts, and past lives. There's some people in your life that cannot come with you. And as much as you love them and want the best for them, if they're not trying to grow, and you cannot drag somebody into the light, right? If you're trying to go from point A to point B, and you keep jumping over to A to try to drag somebody to B, you're going to stay at A. You're not going to get to B or C or D or E or whatever, okay? So you have to let them go. There's some people who are triggered by your transformation and they're uncomfortable by it, and they're going to make you feel like you need them when you do not, okay? They need you. It's all a projection. So you've got to let them go. There's no other way around it. As much as you'd like for them to come with you, it's their choice. Some people feel comfortable staying in their stagnancy. And some people are just never going to change in this lifetime. And sometimes it's supposed to be like that. You know, not everybody is going to do what's best for them. And it's not your responsibility to convince them otherwise. One more card wants to come out of this deck. We're doing good on time. Yeah. So, mirror. Who and what is triggering you? That's exactly what I was saying here. You might be... Okay, so another thing too to remember is whenever you're trying to be another person, whenever you're trying to change yourself, what's going to happen, and this is natural and it is healthy, you're going to start getting triggered a lot, okay? It's the same thing as if your body gets sick with the flu. It lets you know by giving you vomiting, diarrhea, stomach pains, so that you can pay attention to it and heal it, right? So the old version of you is going to come up so it can be released. Do not get mean with yourself and say, why am I feeling this way? I shouldn't be feeling this way. No, you need to treat yourself like a sweet, tender child. You need to sit with that part of yourself, look at it and witness it. Actually, I'm being called to read this one out of the book here. Where are you at, my precious? There it is. Found you. This one I get a lot because I have got a lot of shit that's coming up. You know, I be having dreams and stuff. My subconscious is trying to work things out via my dreams. So what appears to be a bad dream because it makes me feel a certain way is just my subconscious bringing things up so that I can clear them. I used to be like mad and be like, oh, why am I having these dreams? Someone's sending me negative energy, blah, 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 blah. No, I'm trying to be a new person myself. And so the old me is in resistance. So I have to sit with her and I have to have long talks with her. I have to witness her because she never got attention. Her emotions were not validated. She was made fun of, belittled, put down for having quote unquote negative feelings. And we're not doing that shit no more. So anyways, mirror who and what is triggering you. The filter of our own experience is how we experience life 90% of the time, through our own projections. When someone reminds us of an unhealed experience, we get triggered. Often it is an unconscious thing. People and situations can trigger our mirrors to reflect back to us what we believe to be true about ourselves, to be true about life, the universe, and ourselves. Mirrors pointing to our shadow and our light. And mind you, shadow does not mean bad. It means things that are buried in the subconscious that we are not quite aware of. It's our subconscious programming. You know, like if we were children, when we were children, and like how I got put down as a child, I subconsciously, it was put in my mind that I was not worthy of love and consideration. So that's the shadow that needs to be witnessed. 1 second. They were getting a little crazy. I had to cool them down. So, So mirrors revealing the parts of us that are yet to be accepted, witnessed, or loved. This card is guiding you to look closely at what experiences or people are currently triggering in you and what they could be mirroring back to you. Confirmation burp. When have you felt this way before? Could they be opportunities to heal something in you? Or are they shining a light on something that longs to be witnessed in you? This goes for the good and the bad. The good, those we admire and put on a pedestal, if we do not realize that we are attracted to them because we are like them, then we will need to cut them down in order to rise to their level. And then the bad, those we despise, are envious of, and put down. If we do not realize that they trigger something in us, then it is still yet to be healed, and we will remain wounded and hurt ourselves. So there is something in you that wants your attention, that's begging for you to witness and see it so that it can be released. It's an emotional illness. Same thing with the flu analogy. These are coming up so that you can clear them out. Befriend your triggers. Don't try to demonize them. Don't go numbing yourself by drinking alcohol till you can't fucking function no more. Getting high. I mean, I'm not trying to dog marijuana, but anything can become an emotional dependency. Another thing too about marijuana is whenever you chronically smoke it, you take away your body's natural ability to process stress. Now, I'm not saying quit smoking it altogether. I'm saying try to integrate your triggers as much as you can so that when you do smoke, it's not negatively impacting you. Now, that does not go the same for things like methamphetamine, heroin, coke. None of those things are medicinal, and they never will be. Marijuana is a psychoactive, but just like with anything else, it can be abused. Make sure that you have a good relationship with not only the people around you, and when I say good, I mean healthy. Not people-pleasing, not, masking how you feel in order to make other people uncomfortable. I'm talking about healthy relationships with everything, with yourself, with what you decide to consume, whether that's media or food. It's really important that you stay consciously aware of why you are doing stuff. And we're going to close this reading out with this deck right here, the Green Witch Tarot. Let's get one more message before we close up, please, Spirit. Angels, ancestors of the highest white light. Let's get a good message here. Closing message. Okay. Okay, so you got Carnelian. Energy, leadership, and creativity. You might be the only one in your family that is making changes in your life. And it is up to you to make these changes, to be the leader of the new that needs to come into your family bloodline. Yeah, everyone in your bloodline might not decide to change, but you're going to set an example for these people. And you will be successful. Eventually, you'll be so successful that you'll start making them think, what can I do to get there? And when people start asking questions like that, that is when change happens. Because remember, what's the saying go? A wise man knows he knows nothing, yet a fool thinks he knows everything. The moment we stop learning is the moment we stay stagnant. You are going to learn until you die. But if you think you're a know-it-all, you're done. There's no more growth happening for you. Anyways, guys, I love you. I hope you guys have a wonderful day. I hope you get big blessings. And remember to be really kind to yourself because you deserve it. Sending you lots of love and light. Take care.